And what else is around you?
Trees with moss
Oh, okay.
that cover the sky.
Wow. And do you perceive yourself as having a body?
Yes.
And what are you wearing?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Does your body feel male or female?
Male.
And do you feel young or old?
Young.
Do you feel healthy?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see any paths or trails around you, or any clearings or anything like that?
I seem to be in the middle of the water. I assume on a boat,
And what are you doing there?
paddling.
Okay. Do you do this often?
Yes.
And what's the purpose of this?
To find food.
Okay. And what types of food do you normally eat?
Meat.
Okay. Great. And so, after you find the food and the fish, then where do you take it?
Back to land where I live.
Tell me about where you live.
It's simple, but it's safe.
Okay. Do you have a family?
Yes.
Tell me about your family. I know you mentioned you were younger, so
Yes. I have parents, and they're still around, and we have pretty equal roles.
very good. And what is the inside of your house look like?
It's like a hut.
Okay. And what do you spend most of your time doing?
Surviving.
Okay. And do you have an idea of what area of land, a continent, a country, something like that?
Not exactly. Swampy, marshy. There is a kind of jungle. It's like a jungle.
Excellent. And what's the general feeling of the family? Do you get along with everyone? Do you have siblings? What's that like?
No siblings. It feels harmonious and like a strong unit.
Strong unit? Are you feeling
Yes.
feelings of connection or love or anything like that?
Yes, both of them.
Wow. Okay. And what else? Is there anything else that you'd like to share?
There's a sense of adventure and excitement that I love.
Ooh, okay. And what types of adventures do you really like?
The ones that don't feel threatening, but
Hmm.
that feel challenging.
And would those be like, what would that be like? Climbing a waterfall? Like, what do you mean?
So it seems to involve animals and possibly the use of weapons such as bow and arrows
Oh,
or
okay.
machetes.
Yeah. So, do you have like a favorite animal or some tree or something like that?
Alligators are coming to mind.
Okay. Very good. So, what I'd like to do now, Cloud, I'd like to leave this scene So we'll leave this scene. We're going to move forward to an important day. We're going to move forward to an important day where you consider to be important, where something is happening. So now we've moved forward to an important day. What's happening?
There's a powerful alligator, and I seem to be out of control, or it seems to be stronger.
Uh-oh. And then what?
There's splashing, and
And so you can always see the scene as an observer. You don't need to experience anything physically or anything like that. You can always look at it as an observer.
It seems to be a moment. It seems to be the dying moment.
Oh, okay. And so this is where you leave your body.
Yes.
Well, let's back up a little bit back. And how did you get into this situation with this?
I was out paddling in my kayak or canoe.
Uh-huh. And it just something went wrong?
Yes, I came across the alligator, and it was unexpected, and I was caught off guard.
Okay. And how old are you now? Does it feel like you were?
It feels like a young person. I would say teenager.
Okay. Huh. Okay, well, again, you don't have to experience anything unpleasant. You can view the scene as an observer. So what I'd like you to do now is continue to leave your body, leave that person there, or continue to their path. And what I'd like you to do now is move away from that scene. You can either move forward or backward to another time and another place that has information that we would like to find information from. So now, I'd like you to move forward or backward to another time, another place where there's information that we would like to gather. So now we're at another time and another place. What's happening?
I'm in the desert and I'm wearing robes.
Okay. Do you feel like you're male or female?
Male.
And do you feel young or old?
I feel old.
Do you feel healthy?
Yes.
Okay.
Youthful.
Very good. And what else is around you?
People are around me.
What's going on?
We seem to be moving.
Like just relocating or like finding something or?
It seems to be, yes, we're walking. It's almost like a migration, maybe.
So there's a kind of a larger group with you?
Yes.
Does it feel safe?
Yes.
Okay. And I want you to sense around you. Is there anyone there that's like family or friend or helping you or anything like that?
Yes, I sense a woman. I would say my wife, and I sense children.
Very good. And how many children do you have?
2.
Okay. What age are they? Are they walking themselves or?
They are walking. They seem to be young adults.
Okay, so young adults. And are you all carrying your stuff with you, or do you have it on horses, or how are you getting around?
The items are on top of animals, camels.
Is there anything really important that you have with you?
No, it doesn't seem like it. Item-wise, no. The most important thing is the people.
Very good. And as you're walking and on this path, what is it that you're walking toward? Are you hoping to get to? Where are you hoping to get to?
We're hoping to get to home, a new home.
And tell me more. What else is happening?
To be honest, it's calm. Nothing is really happening. It's a moment of peaceful travel.
Very good. And of course, does it feel hot because it's a desert, or I know deserts can be cold as well, but what is it?
It seems to be nighttime. It feels pleasant.
Do you have a favorite constellation or stars or moon or anything like that?
I don't know much about them.
That's okay. Well, you're doing amazing. Just breathe and relax. And what I'd like for us to do now, what I'd like for us to do is leave this scene and move forward in this lifetime to another day where something is happening. So we've now moved forward to a day where something is happening. Another situation. Now what's happening?
It's a celebration. It feels happy. It feels festive. It's in what feels like, the word palace comes to mind, but I don't think it's a palace. It feels palace-like.
Excellent. And what are you celebrating? What's the occasion?
A marriage.
Wow, beautiful. Tell me more.
One of my sons is getting married.
Do you approve of the wife?
Yes, I feel happiness and pride.
Very good. Wow. That's amazing. And did anything exciting happen at the wedding?
Nothing out of the ordinary. It was just a beautiful celebration with family.
Wow. And are you with your wife, are you both happy and celebrating, and you're friends with the daughter's family and everything?
Yes, there's a real sense of community.
And what's your favorite thing to eat while you're there? Is there some nice meal prepared and things like that?
It seems to, yes, there's lots of food. The food that I like the most is rice and a meat. I would say it's maybe lamb.
Fancy. Okay. Very good. And any any decorations or crystals or decorations, or any presents that come to mind?
Cloth comes to mind. A gold, soft fabric.
Wow. Very nice. And so that is a beautiful ceremony. So what we'll do now is we'll move forward to another time in this lifetime, another interesting day where something is happening, information we would like to receive. So breathe and relax. And we are now at another day, another time in this lifetime. What's happening?
I have gotten sick. I seem to be bedridden. I'm in bed and my family surrounds me.
Go on.
It's a calm moment. Again, that sense of community is there. it doesn't seem to be the end. I don't seem to be passing, but
Is there anyone there taking care of you? Oh, go ahead.
I'm just not in good health.
Okay. What seems to be the cause of this illness?
It seems to be the brain.
And tell me more, if you can. What I'm trying to ask is, what did you hit your head, or did this happen slowly, or
It was gradual. Yes.
Okay.
There wasn't it seemed, I would say, like an Alzheimer's kind of thing. But I can still recognize that my family is my family.
And they're all around you? And do you know if you can see your son that got married? Or is he there, and do they have like kids or anything now?
He is there, and his wife is there. None of their children are present, but I sense that they do have kids.
Are you proud of them?
Yes.
Wow. And so let's move forward to the last day where you're taking your last breath. So let's move forward now to your last day, your last breath. What's happening?
I am back in the location of the celebration. This seems to be my home. I would say the new home that we found.
Wow, so it's a pretty nice place.
Yes, it's very nice. It's very big, it's very open. There's a lot of space to feel that we can breathe.
What do you do most of your time? Like, how did you afford this? What's your occupation?
I'm seeing a library. I sense it has to do with finances.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps accounting?
So you help people with that?
Yes. Something of a bookkeeper, a personal accountant.
Do you know anyone in royalty?
No.
And then so most of the people are just the people of the town, the normal day-to-day?
It seems to be, yes, people that have done well financially, but they're not royalty.
Great.
Successful merchants.
Excellent. And does you have any, like, does anyone that's a really good friend come to mind that has made an impact on you?
Yes.
Tell me more.
He seems to be a little bit younger than me, but he's still he's up there in age.
Tell me about your, like, relationship and how you help each other.
We met professionally, and I helped him tremendously.
Wow.
And it forged a personal bond. And we're very similar. We're very family-oriented, and we have a deep respect and, frankly, love for one another.
Wow. That's great. Does any name come to mind?
Ishmael.
Ishmael. And so you're great family friends with Ishmael.
Yes.
Fantastic. And so is anything else from this life want to come forward and recognize for importance?
Wisdom seems to be the word that I'm getting, and prudence.
Mm-hmm.
it was very easy as this person to use wisdom and receive wisdom
Very
and
good.
to share it.
And so let's move forward to the last day of this life. And so now we're there at the last day. Can you tell me what's happening?
I seem to be in bed again. I don't sense as many people around me as there have been, but there's something of a feeling of loneliness.
And is there, why are you in bad shape now? Is it the same issue as before?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what we'll do next is we'll take the last breath and we'll leave the body. So we'll leave them there to continue on their own path. And so we'll leave the body, continue on their own path, and you can either move forward or backward to find another appropriate time and place where there's information that we need. So I'd like you to move forward or backward. Breathe in and relax. And now we're there at another time, another place. What do you see? What's around you? What's happening?
I am a child, and I am watching my mother use a crystal ball.
Wow. Tell me more.
I am fascinated, and I think I'm a little bit fearful.
What makes you feel that way?
There's an intensity to the moment watching her and watching the person that she's using the ball with, watching their reactions.
And what do you feel like she's helping this person with?
Something in their life. It's possibly finances.
And how old do you think you are?
I would say 4 or 5.
Okay. And is this what your mother does for her most of her time?
Yes.
Is she good at it?
Yes.
Great. And do you sense like other family members?
No.
And what is are you in your house right now?
Yes.
What is it like?
It doesn't feel as warm or inviting as it could. There's a little bit of a draftiness,
Mm-hmm.
and it isn't that it's in abject conditions, but it's I would say it's kind of lower class.
Okay. Very good. And so, is there anything else from this scene that you'd like to share?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, let's move forward to another time in this lifetime. So we'll move forward to an interesting day where something is happening. So now, we've now moved forward. What's happening?
I am in public. I'm still with my mom. I'm older.
How much older?
And teenager. Maybe 10 years or a little bit more. She still has her crystal ball, and there's more of a crowd around her now.
Oh. And what is the general feeling of the crowd?
They are impressed.
Hmm. Can you tell me about this crystal ball? Tell me about the origins. Where did she get it from?
She got it from her family. She got it from her grandmother.
It's been passed down through generations?
Yes.
Do you know what types of material or what types of crystals it's made of?
No, she's never told me, and I've never asked.
Does this crystal ball, can other people see and feel things from it, or can only she get the information from it?
It's only her.
What types of energy is she using to access these?
It seems to be, the word that's coming to mind is dark, for the most part.
Does your mother have good intentions, though?
She does. She does.
Okay. And so she helps people with this crystal ball, right?
Yes, and she also provides for me in doing so.
So it's safe to say she loves you then.
Yes.
Uh-huh. And do other people kind of sense like they fear the unknown, or are they just happy to get help?
I would say it's usually both. It's almost something of a last resort.
Oh, so people
It's,
come to her as a last resort for their issues?
yes, people that need almost extreme help.
Well, if you can you give me an example of someone coming to her? What types of problems come to mind that she helps them with?
Health issues. Someone came with a relocation home, family.
Mm-hmm. And when your mom helps people with these health issues, how does the crystal ball help them? Does it tell them what to eat, or does it give them energy directly, or how does that work?
She receives insights and energy from it, and she shares it with them. And yes, they do receive energy from it.
Okay. So let's move forward to another important day in this lifetime, a day where something is happening. An interesting moment. Let's move forward now. Now we're at the important day. What's going on? What do you see?
I am in a house, and my mom is not there. At this point, I'm a much older adult. I seem to have just arrived at this house. It's actually, it's a little bit similar to the first one I was in, but it's not the same one.
Mm-hmm.
Feels a little bit warmer. And it seems my mother has died.
Oh no.
Not, yeah.
And do you have the crystal ball?
I do, but I've stored it away. I don't use it.
Okay. Well, let's back up a little bit. Did your mother teach you how to use it or anything before she passed?
Yes, she did.
Tell me about that.
It was the most connected that I felt to her. And it was actually a fun experience because she was at her most playful in those moments of using it.
Wow. And what did you learn? Can you share with me about how to use it or your experience with that?
To use it, meditation is necessary beforehand. And there's also a book that goes with it.
What's the name of this book?
I don't recall.
Are there any similar books out now that are similar to it that come to mind?
It seems to be a book of spells, and I don't know of any book of spells names.
Okay. And so you, while she was teaching you, so we're still at the moment where she's teaching you how to use the crystal ball. Are you able to meditate, and are you able to gain knowledge and insights from the ball?
Yes, I'm quite good at it.
Wow. What is that like?
It feels nice to get my mother's approval and to have her proud of me.
Absolutely. Because this is something that not a lot of other people have or know about in this time, right?
Correct.
What country or what area of land do you think you're at?
Ireland.
And what year about?
Oof. At least 300 years ago. 17 just came to mind.
That's
So
nice. That would be 300 years ago. Very good. You're doing wonderful, Cloud. Keep the flow going. And so, tell me a little bit about how you use the crystal ball or how you like to use it.
I like to use it with good intentions and for helpful purposes.
What is it like using it? Is it like energy? Is it feel like you're connecting with another realm, or what is that like?
It feels very powerful. It feels very special. I also have doubt about whether to keep using it, why I use it at all, why my family uses it at all.
What causes this
And
doubt?
it seems to be my mother and her approach.
Uh-huh. And what do you mean? Can you explain more?
It's not that she harmed people when using it, but I feel that she could have held back a little bit. It seems that she spooked people and she didn't have to.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Now, I'd like to go to the scene where your mother passed away, and you can always look at this as an observer. How did she die?
Someone killed her.
And how did this happen? What got her into this situation?
I seem to be going off of the eyewitness account of someone that saw it, but she was out at night walking. She was walking home and she was stabbed by I don't know who.
Was it... I was just wondering if this has to do with the crystal ball or not.
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
And so let's move forward to where you are now. You're at your new house. You have your new house. Feels warmer. Are you with a family, or are you with anyone at your house?
No, it's just me.
Okay. And so do you use the crystal ball, or what do you spend most of your time doing now?
Huh. I spend most of my time thinking about the crystal ball, but not using it.
Okay. Well, why don't we move forward to another interesting day where something is happening, where there's information that we would like to gather. So now we're at a new day. What's happening?
I'm using the crystal ball, and I feel a sense of relief.
Very good. And tell me more.
It's in my home, and I'm using it on an acquaintance. They're a little bit distant. We're not extremely close, but I value this person. So, okay, it doesn't seem to be a client. It seems to be more of someone I know who agreed to let me use the ball with them, for them.
And what purpose are you helping them?
I'm helping them with their health.
Okay. And how does that play out? Are you getting like information about the future from the ball, or is it sending them energy, or what does that look like?
Yes, it's very present and it's very energetic. I'm sending them energy and healing the ailment, and I do heal it. It's a successful moment.
I bet that feels good.
Very.
Wow. And are you confident you can do this again?
Yes, but there's also a feeling of hesitation.
Why is that?
Because I don't want to abuse the power of it like my mom did.
So would you say that you are a disciplined person?
Not as disciplined as I could be, but others view me as disciplined.
Very good. We're all our own biggest critics, right? Others. And so what else? Tell me more about the crystal ball. Like, what's so enchanting about this? How does it work? What is it? Do you now know what it's made of? And can you explain a little bit more?
Yes, it's made of obsidian, black obsidian, and it connects to specific spirits, and the spell book is used to bring forth those spirits and to work with them in specific ways.
And can you read a helpful spell that would be in the book, like a line from a poem, or does a line from the book come to mind?
Use the light to make it right.
Go on.
Something with white, but the line
Fades.
that specific one was the one that my mom liked the least.
Why is that?
Because it was too pure.
Oh, it's too pure. Okay. But that comes to mind for you. Why?
It's my favorite.
Okay. And what does it help with? Do you think? What does it help
I
with?
think it helps to use the crystal ball to the best of my ability and with the best intention.
So use the light to make it right. And then what?
White is still there, but that's really all that's there.
Okay. Is it? And so when you're thinking about other helpful healing spells in the book, does any other lines come to mind, like a poem?
No specific lines. I can see the book though.
What does it look like?
It's dark. It's hardback, hardbound. There is writing on the front of it.
Can you make out what it says?
I can't.
That's okay. You're doing amazing. Just breathe and relax. And so what I'd like to do now is move forward to another day where you're helping someone else. And it's an important day. And so now we move forward to another day and we're helping someone else. What's happening?
I'm in public. My hair is gray and long. And there's a group of people around. And they're very silent in a respectful way.
Okay. And then what happens?
Nothing dramatic. It's once again successful. It was a health issue, and the woman is healed. And she stands up. Her family surrounds her, helps to lift her. She has her strength once more. It's a success.
Congratulations. I bet that's great Fantastic. And what spell did you use this time?
The light spell.
Uh-huh. And can you kind of, does it go in more in detail now?
The words of it?
Yeah, like, how did you say it? Or what did you say? Or is it more about your intentions, or is it more about the words? Or
So I actually didn't say anything this time. I was only feeling. Yes, so it is the intention.
very good. Fantastic. And now let's move forward to another important day, a day where something is happening. Now we move forward to an important day. Now it's happening.
I'm back in the house. I'm on the ground. I don't have strength.
Uh-huh.
It seems to be a final moment.
Okay. Just breathe and relax. We'll leave them there to continue on their own path. You're doing great, Cloud. Just breathe and relax. And so what we'll do now is I'd like you to drift away, drift and float away from that life. We're drifting and floating from that life, leaving the scene. They will continue on their journey. They will find peace. We're leaving them there. And we're leaving them there to continue on their own path. And so now, I'd like all of the consciousness and personality of Cloud to once again return into Cloud's body, fully integrate back into the body. Just breathe and relax. And I'd like to ask a question. May I speak to Cloud's higher self, please?
Yes.
Cloud's higher self could have brought forth many different lifetimes for Cloud to see today. You chose to bring forth the lifetime of Cloud, the first lifetime in the swamp with the alligator. Why did you pick this lifetime for Cloud to see?
Fear is dangerous. Awareness, staying alert, is important.
Very good. And is there anything else from this lifetime that you would like Cloud to take away?
Remembering the spirit of adventure and excitement and being in the moment with those emotions.
Those are very good lessons. Absolutely. And I know the higher self could have brought forth other lifetimes for her to see, and you chose to bring forth the lifetime of Cloud in the desert, where she was in the desert. So why did you pick this lifetime in the desert for Cloud to see?
A lot of his positive traits, a lot of the traits that benefited him throughout his life, are traits still available if they're used and remembered.
Very good. And what are some of those traits that are valuable for Cloud to remember?
Family, being family oriented, prioritizing family, creating family, discipline, focus, having goals, networking, finding the right people.
Very good. Those are all excellent, excellent traits. And so as Cloud works toward her goals, how can she incorporate this more into her life?
Remember who he was and how he was, and with limitations that you feel or that you perceive.
Okay. And is there anything else from this lifetime of the nice man with the family, the wisdom, the library, and the desert? Is there anything else from this lifetime before we move on?
Perseverance in, yes, like traveling to a new home. It was a long journey. So, patience is the word.
Patience, okay. And do you see traveling in Cloude's future?
Yes.
Very good. And I'd also like to ask, you could have chose many different lifetimes for Cloud to see, but you chose to show her the lifetime as a girl. Her mom has the crystal ball, and as she grew up, she learned to use the crystal ball and the powers. Why did you choose this lifetime for Cloud to see?
It's a powerful divination tool, similar to all of the others. It's like riding a bike.
Okay. How so?
To use to get back into the movement of it, it all comes back, it's all remembered. It can be used however you choose to.
Okay. And can Cloud use some of these skills and energies in her current life?
Yes.
How so?
The light,
Go on.
the intention of the light,
The intention of the light. How? The feeling? What do you mean?
yes, the state of being that the gray-haired version of her would get into.
Mm-hmm. And what state of
In
being?
order,
Oh, go ahead.
a state of being of total control, but peaceful control, and power for good.
Very good. And what does that feel like? What emotion comes to mind?
Calmness and strength.
Great. And what else? What else from this lifetime was very important for her to see, or what other can she take away from it?
Her mother and the distance that was created between them because of the darker intentions, or not intentions, but the darker usage of this information.
And do you mean the spookiness, the perception of the others you're worried about, or were you just concerned about her intent, her how she used it?
Both of those things, because the way that she used it ended up affecting the perceptions of others, resulting ultimately in her death, in her murder.
Gotcha. Okay. Very good. And I would also like to ask, Cloud is very, she has some questions about her emotional and energetic levels. And so, how can Cloud set or establish healthy and constructive patterns and habits that serve her productively for her highest good?
Think only of what's wanted and what can be in the best sense, in the most desired sense, and give total attention to that.
That's great, because the mind is like water. It can plant weeds or flowers. So think about what she wants and it'll come about. Huh.
Yes.
And how can Cloud positively transmute and integrate her feelings about heavier, darker emotions and feelings? How can she transmute or positively integrate that in her life?
Focus on the lighter and less heavy desired outcome, and use them as stepping stones. Don't view them as the final place or the final step. They're just the middle step.
Very good. And what happens if it's a frustrating day, or Cloud starts to think about some of these negative things? What can she do about that?
Step away from what's causing them. Go to something that's fun and possibly unrelated entirely. Have a clear head, wipe it all clean, and return to it in a more balanced, controlled emotion.
And Cloud would like to know more about how she can summon the courage to step fully into her authenticity. How can she have the courage to honor her true authenticity?
There's nothing to fear, and believing otherwise is false. It's seeing things that aren't there. There's no need to fear what's authentic.
And what will the result be when Cloud does? And the healing has already started, we can tell. So what will the feeling be like? What will the result be like when Cloud steps into her true authenticity?
Happiness, connection, fullness, everything that you know is possible, but that you have limited and blocked will all be available.
And what should her first steps be to going toward that?
Daily emotional awareness and control.
Very good. And what what forms of activities can she do to have more daily awareness and control?
Write.
Right.
Meditate.
Does she write right now?
Yes.
Very good. And she can meditate more?
Yes.
What types of meditation, or what is she going for? What's the feeling there? What is she going to do in her meditations?
Bring all of the energy together for a feeling of cohesion and unity of self.
That's very powerful. Very good. And Cloud has expressed her interest in her embodied Eugene. You know what I mean, in her body Eugene. And so she wants to, is this a direction for her? Should she keep pursuing this, or other holistic ways to heal people?
Yes. Continuing in this direction is correct. It will lead to the most useful tools and methods that will actually be used lifelong.
Like who?
That will actually be used lifelong.
Oh, lifelong. Okay. Very good. And so she'll learn more about this. Is there any other energy work that she should be curious about?
Zen, the Zen tradition.
Okay. And so she can use this lifelong. Is this going to be used for her to benefit her and her family, or can she, share it with others? What does that look like?
Yes, it will be shared, and it will help. It will help many people.
Very good. Very good. And how can Cloud deepen her self-love?
By remembering that it's all there is, it's all that she is.
Very good. Love is the only way.
Exactly.
How can Cloud focus more clearly on her life purpose? And how can Cloud end the karmic cycles preventing her from fulfilling her life purpose?
Don't worry. Worry less. There's no need for worry. And eliminating worry will open the possibilities of the opposite of worry.
Okay.
And that emotional state is limitless.
Great. And so let's see. And is there any more messages for Cloud? Is there anything else that she didn't discuss with us at the beginning? Is there anything else lingering?
Whenever doubt or anger or uncertainty comes up and takes over, it doesn't need to be completely fixed right there and then. It's okay to let it stay. It can be ignored. It can be put aside. It doesn't have to dominate.
Very good. And is there anything else lingering? Is there anything else? Any messages for Cloude?
In the end, this lifetime is a great one.
Very good. Yes.
Well,
I would really like to thank Cloude's higher self and thank Cloude. It has truly been a great experience. But before we go, I would like to ask, is there any messages for Jonathan, any messages for me at this time?
lots of gratitude. You are powerful. You are clear. It's awesome. The word coming to mind is awesome.
Fantastic. And am I on the right path?
Yes. If you ever doubt that you are, or that you're not doing enough, or if you ever doubt, try and tap into the emotion of joy or fun.
Wow, that's very good information. And is there anything else before we go?
This was fun.
Well, it was for us as well. So I'd like to thank you with much love and much thanks for helping us access this information.